name is Schmutte. I am the official hype girl for Good People Theater and unofficial assistant for the Chicago Fringe Festival that we get to go to. Tonight's production of I'm So Famous I Get Recognized at the Wendy's. We're so excited to have you guys here tonight. Some of Laila's earliest memories are sharing stories with her second grade classmates and entertaining her mother, who's here in the back actually. Hi. The Dayton, Ohio native is the actress, writer, and director of Laid Off, a one-woman show based on true events. She got a master's in communications and a bachelor's in radio television from NKU. And she's acted in film, commercials, and theater productions. She's super dedicated and loves learning new methods in acting and performing. So let's give her a huge round of applause.
I'm 23, a junior in college, and I'm still awkward and single. I'm starting to think I always will be that way, awkward and single. You know, I was allowed to date when I turned 15. And I don't know why, but I thought that on my 15th birthday, that suddenly all these guys would be all over me. Oh, look, there's Laila. Oh, look, there's Laila walking. I blew out my 15th candle. Not a guy in sight. Did they not know I was 15? If they liked me, it was probably on accident. I didn't get my first boyfriend until I was 18. I was a freshman at Central State University in Wilberforce, Ohio. I was so new to the world. I would go to all the school parties, and luckily I made friends with some really cool girls from Chicago. And while they were stepping in the name of love and juking, I was the chick from Cincinnati who couldn't even do this dance called the down the way. I mean, all they did was just, oh. When I did it, it was like, no. The beanpole spoke. Hey, yo, word? Yeah, I mean a little creepy or whatever, but I'd heard there was this really pretty Puerto Rican girl up in here. I thought it was to hi to her. Lo siento, pero no soy boricua. You called the dude with the braces? Girl, you don't mess with no dude with no braces. He will mess you up. What do you mean? I still don't know what they meant. Well, the next day I was in my dorm practicing my down the way because I was determined to rep my adopted city the best way I knew how to. But then there was a knock on the door. Something like that up there. I answered the door. Eric, what are you doing here? Yo, L. You know, I was in the neighborhood or whatever, and I thought I would just stop in and say, hey, see what's up with you, you know what I mean? Cool. Well, see, I figured you guys were hungry that other day. Weren't you guys looking for food or something? My mom's been sending me these care packages every week. She lives like 45 minutes away, but she still sends me food. I can't eat any more ramen noodles, so take what you want, and then you can go ahead and go. And have a nice day. Remember, I was so nervous to tell my mom. I sent her an instant message on AOL. Hi, Mom, this is Laila. Well, of course you know it's me. College is going great. Thank you for those noodles. I met a guy named Eric. He has braces and he's from the East Coast. He's really cool. So, my name is Laila Hameen, and I have a one-woman show called Laid Off, and that is just one scene from Laid Off. And basically, to sum it up, Laid Off is a resume review of my life. So from childhood storyteller to a manager of naive dating expectations in my 20s.
Of Good People Theater, Miss Mollie Amburgey, which many of you know. I have this giant list here of all these things she's done, so I'm just going to list them off so that you guys can hear them. It's pretty impressive. She's acted, directed, and produced with Equality Represented Arts, Slightly Askew Theater Ensemble, Insight Theater Company, RS Theatrics, Webster Theater, Cincinnati Landmark Productions, and Stone on a Walk Theater. can't do that all in one breath. That's how you know it's impressive, right? She double majored in theater and communications, journalism at St. Louis University, and even though she considers St. Louis, aka the land of the Nelly, as her second home, she'll always call Cincinnati, Ohio, her hometown. So let's give a huge round of applause for Miss Mollie.
Mollie Amburgey, and I'm so famous I get recognized at the Wendy's. I'm also so famous I brought all the people I love to the basement of a bar. Yay! This is so classy. Go see Nurse Little Women of Integrity. So anyway, I just wanted to do this show. It originally started because I used to live in St. Louis for a while. I went back to St. Louis. I did a show there, and sometimes you kind of question your purpose, and you're in a basement of a bar, there's music upstairs, you're like, I could have been a doctor, I could have been a lawyer, but I went after my passion. It's making me so much money. What? So I thought about it, and I was like, oh, what is my purpose? What is it? So I was in St. Louis. I was doing the show. I was doing As You Like It, actually. And I played Phoebe, the sassy character. What a surprise. And afterwards, I went to Wendy's because I was really hungry. I didn't have any food in the refrigerator. And this lady, her name was Letitia, recognized me. And she was like, girl, hey, oh my God, it's Polly. And then she saw my dog, who happens to be named Polly, and I didn't do that on purpose. It was just her name from the shelter, so we're Mollie and Polly. And I went, oh my God, I'm so famous that I get recognized at the Wendy's. Great. That's when you know that you've made it. So I just kind of wanted to do a kind of a comical show where I kind of make fun of my life. So I'm going to kind of start out with when I work at Kate Spade. So actually, Katie Couture, who is in the back, if you want to wave, she works at Kate Spade with me, so she goes through all of this everyday life. We kind of describe it as TGIT, and for those of you who don't know, it's kind of an episode of Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder combined, because our boss looks like a Kerry Washington. So basically, if we don't get something done in 1 minute, she runs back to the room and grabs the bag, and she's like, boom, 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 boom. Report to your HOP manager, ASAP, done. And I can't even keep up with it, and I've only been there for about 3 months. So who remembers being a preteen at the mall? Ow! See, you do. Great. Tell me about when you were a preteen at the mall, Leslie.
Oh my God. We never wanted to be seen with your parents.
You never wanted to be seen with your parents, correct. Does anybody else have anything else that they want to share? Yes, no, maybe? Great. Yes.
All you wanted to look at were boys.
That's true, but I gotta tell you, when I was 13, I really wasn't happy with the men that were offered to me. They were all in braces, pre-puberty, where's the ones with the money, am I right? Hello. So, I don't know, I just wasn't for that. But I love that I see the preteens where they go in, it's always all the girls, there's only one guy, everybody's at Starbucks, nobody's drinking any coffee, everybody's on their phones, and they always have these two looks. So the first look is that everybody's in athletic clothes and they have the knee socks, but they have the Adidas slip-ons.
Yeah.
Does anybody remember that? Yeah. Or there's this look that you did when you were preteens and you had the shirt with the skirt, but you kind of wanted your legs to show, but you didn't. So you had the leggings kind of up to here, and then somehow your calf awkwardly showed. They come into Kate Spade all the time, so you're always like, hi, how are you? They never talk to you, but they always go right to the cell phone cases and oh my God, I saw this one online, but it's not here, I don't know what to do. What do we do? For those of you who don't know this, I was a nanny for a while. I actually loved my nannying job. I think a lot of people think that your nannying job usually involves these really self-absorbed people who make a lot of money and don't pay attention to their kids. Mine made a lot of money, I'm not going to pretend like they didn't, but they also paid attention to their kids really, really well. So I had a really, really wonderful experience. In fact, I kind of learned a lot from those two children. We always used to go to this place called Jilly's Cupcakes, and we used to get these 3 cupcakes, and we used to get our faces really a mess. And it kind of made me think back on life, because I kind of thought to myself, we always want to put this perfect version of ourselves out there. You know what I mean? You keep wanting to share this perfect version. You have the perfect job, the perfect husband, the perfect this, the perfect that. But we're really all a 99-cent fry and a large Frosty underneath. We're never going to be this perfect version, and that's okay, because if we're with a good partner in life and they accept us for that, we've really made a really, really good decision. But my favorite was when we would go to the country club, because I was used to being on swim team at the YMCA and everybody was a shark and I was guppy too. So I never got to that point because I was too busy like pretending to be a mermaid in the corner because Little Mermaid came out and I really wanted to have red hair and swim around like that. Let's talk about dating 2016, shall we? So yes, I'm single, but I choose to be single because if anybody dates in 2016, it's actually like horrifying. Everybody either wants to bumble you, okay Cupid you, like what even is that? And then I don't know, there's just some coffee meets bagel, like who's the coffee, who's the bagel? I don't know. Like I don't know how I would justify like, oh, I met my husband on coffee meets bagel. Like I don't know. I just like can't pull myself together with that. And then the worst part is when you ever ask somebody when their relationship, like what's your relationship status? Normally it's like, okay, for example, you're like, oh, how are you and Jim? It's like, oh, you know, Jim and I were together, but now we're not. We got in a spite. I stormed out. I went to the Wendy's. I got upset, but then I came back. We made out. We made amends. It was great. And then now we're not together, but we're not official. It's fine. But then they put like 50 million pictures of themselves on Facebook or like 50 million things on Instagram. And they're like, oh my God, me and my boo at the Applebee's. Like, oh my God, nobody cares you're at the Applebee's. Nobody cares. Or like when you're Instagramming your Apple advertiser, like you're at the Applebee's. Like you're not in like, you know, some kind of special island, or you're not on your honeymoon, like you're literally up the street at Burger King. Like, yeah, I don't understand like where this even works. Or my favorite is when these annoying Instagram couples, they're like, oh my God, Bonnie and Clyde. I'm like, Bonnie and Clyde were murderers. Nobody wants to be that. Or my favorite is where they're like, oh my God, our parents don't want us to be together, but we're like Romeo and Juliet. Like Romeo and Juliet die. Like nobody wants that. Like they literally could not communicate, and everybody was so wealthy they didn't even have to work that they kill themselves, and the priest doesn't even. Oh, he's like, oh my God, I forgot the message. I'm like, how do you forget that? I don't even understand. He's like, oh, this is so romantic. Let me take my Valentine's Day date to this. I'm like, that is an omen. That is an omen that your relationship is going to fail. It's going to be the worst relationship ever. I don't know. Hi, thank you everybody for coming to this basement of the bar. My name is Mollie Amburgey. When I'm not venting about my life at the Wendy's drive-thru, I am the artistic director for Good People Theater Company. So basically, I just make sure that we're all in the company of good people. We are promoting, this reason why we had the fundraiser tonight is because we, as Dana said earlier, we are taking our play, Is This Really Happening Right Now? It's an original piece. We originally performed it actually in a coffee shop in my old neighborhood in St. Louis, and we sold out both nights, which was really cool. And then I wanted to move back home and be closer to my family, so I brought it here, and it ended up selling out here, which was a really, really cool feeling. Then I happened to be on Facebook, and one of the Facebook ads said, submit your play to the Chicago Fringe. I really didn't think anything was going to come of it, and it did. So I just feel really blessed and really thankful to be able to take the cast that I'm taking with me. One of those people is going to be Laila Hameen. So, and back there, if you want to wave Ian Forrest Green is also going to be we will also be taking one of our graphic designer and also one of our fellow actors, Sean Toadvine, and we will also be taking Mindy Heighthouse, who unfortunately couldn't make it tonight, but she will be in our show as well. We are going to have a performance, preview performance here on the 28th. So if you want to come see kind of what we're going to bring to Chicago, Illinois, please feel free. There's a notebook in the back to write your name and your email address, and we'll let you know when that's going to happen. And then we'll be in Chicago actually Labor Day weekend. So if you happen to be in the area and you want to go see our show in Chicago, please feel free. If anything, just feel free to support us in any way that you can. Sometimes it doesn't always have to come down with money. Honestly, it comes down, we're good people, good theater, good time. It all comes down to the morality and the family that we create with our company. So if you would like to come see our shows in the future, again, please feel free to write in our notebook. Yeah, that's basically it. We have this space until 9. What time is it right now?
8:22.
Okay, so we have some time. So feel free to hang out and talk to each other until about 9. And then if you want to head up, MOTR does have a music group performing up there right now. So you're more than welcome to watch it. But from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for coming this evening.